So guys, these clips I'm about to play here, this is something that I've been addressing on my channel for years. I've been talking about this, and even in my journey personally, I had to learn this because a lot of the things that we see on media, guys tend to get confused and they end up getting frustrated, and sometimes they turn to the incel lifestyle or several other lifestyles, men going their own way because of the confusion that women, and even women, confuse other women. Women have a hide mindset and they tend to follow each other, take each other's opinion. But once you learn the nature of a woman, then you'll be better off. And these clips I'm about to play here, this one in particular, which is from 8 at the Table, it just shows how women really feel. And all the stuff that they say they want is not really what it is. It's not really what they emotionally respond to, which is what I always say, man. So without further ado, let's jump into this first video and hear what this lady has to say about this first date that she went on with this guy. And he was trying to do the things that ladies say in these videos and that they talk about all the time. So let's go.
I went on a first date, and when I opened the door, my man was at my front door, and I was like, "Whoa!" Like, right? And then he hit me with the Rico. He pulled the flowers out, and I was like, "Wow, this is different, right?" So I'm not even paying attention. I brush past this, trying to walk down the steps and get to the door, right? Because I'm not paying attention. I'm just so not used to it, and it just hasn't, like, I just didn't have a lot of practice. He opened my car door. I get inside. He closed the door. I immediately went to my group chat. It's weird. Did you say he opened your car door?
High five.
No. Now let me explain, right? Let me explain. By the time we got to the restaurant, my follow-up text was, "Y'all, that's my bad. I just realized and all that stuff we be talking about, we don't really want it." And I felt like he technically did everything that we be saying we be wanting. In my mind, instinctively, my first thought was, he corny. But he really did everything that we want. But
so she hit on something, and I'm probably going to cover this on a live stream later on, about, she admits it, like, he did everything that we wanted, everything that as ladies you guys talk about. This is what I want in a man, this, that, and the third. What's politically correct to want in a man. But once a man does it, this dude is corny, this is turning me off, so on and so forth. Now, I showed this clip to a young lady, Tina Summers to be exact. I showed her this clip and we talked about it, and I'm probably going to have her come on and we'll do a live stream and talk about this. But she was saying that she just thought the guy was corny, and she determined that on the ride to wherever they were going at, dude was corny. There's nothing, and women get into the whole, like, he takes you on a date, or he keeps wanting to go to dinner and things like that. Why don't you get to know the lady and all these other things? But she thought the dude was corny. Tyrone doesn't do any of these things. Pookie doesn't do any of these things. And this is what I talk about. Pookie doesn't take her anywhere. Pookie will smoke her out, maybe provide some drink here and there, and go on about his way. And she falls madly in love with him. But ladies will say, this is a woman who hasn't matured. This is a woman who hasn't grown up. This is a woman who hasn't done these things. But women, their preference doesn't change. The type of man that they like doesn't change. And we talked about this as well, and I'll link the video here. Women, their preference doesn't change. If they like a Pookie when they're young, they like a Pookie when they're old. It's just the fact that women settle. Her preference doesn't change. She settles. And that's just what it is. What a woman says she wants, that's why you should never take dating advice from women either. I've been saying this for years, guys. Those of you who have been following my channel for years. What a woman says she wants and what she emotionally responds to are two separate things, guys. You'll sit there and you'll listen to these things. You'll watch what women say, and then you'll do it, and then you get nowhere. You get ghosted for your troubles, for buying those flowers. I've done the flower stuff. I've done all these things. I've made all these mistakes, guys. That's why I'm talking about it. You can't treat women like that. Women have to feel like they've earned something. Women have to feel like a challenge. Women love a challenge. They have to feel like, that's why Pookie is so potent, as I always say, because it's a challenge for her. He gives her an emotional roller coaster. He gives her an emotional variety. So this guy, I think this is back from the early 90s, where this guy talks about it, and you guys can follow him on social media. His name is...
Meet Ross Jeffries. He says he got tired of being Mr. Nice Guy and being dumped by women. So he changed his ways, and he wrote a book for other men who feel the same way. It is called How to Get the Women You Desire into Bed. Ross, what do women really want?
I don't care what they want. I only care what they respond to. See, My focus is a little bit different from your other guests. There's what women say they want, there's what women think they want, and then there's what they actually respond to. I'm not an academic, I'm not a theoretician. I'm interested in what works on the street when it's time to date and mate. And what women actually respond to is not what they say they want.
So what do they respond to?
They really respond to a guy who's a challenge, a guy who's a question mark, a guy who keeps them guessing. You see, in the beginning, the less attractive you are physically, the more you have to rely on your attitude. And that's what I wrote my book for. I wrote my book for the average looking, even ugly guy who goes out there in the real world and tries to be a nice guy, gets his head kicked in.
And this is why I always say your looks don't matter, guys. As much as I have guys constantly arguing with me about this, your looks aren't that important. It's all about how you make a woman feel. It doesn't matter how women, and you guys know this, women will overlook your looks. They don't really care. It's very minimal when it comes to who they choose to be with at the end of the day, or who it is. You see women, all types of women, heartbroken over hideous dudes. Pause. And I'm just saying, guys, he hit it on the head with this, and it's things that you just have to learn. You can work on, yes, it's good to work on yourself, work on your physique. You don't want to be some sloppy, overweight, fat dude. You want to be in the best shape that you can be in. As far as presentation wise, it helps out a lot more, but it's not the end all be all. Money is the greatest equalizer, I always say. That's a totally different conversation. But the thing with women is about how you make her feel. And that's what Pookie is great at, right? Pookie is great at making a woman feel some type of way. And if you master that, you'll be fine too, guys. You just have to learn that. But once you learn that, guys, it's so much easier, and you'll waste a lot less time dealing with women. If she's not feeling you, move on to the next one. There's so many women out here, guys. If you're in a small town, move to a bigger town. Don't just got a finite amount of women to deal with, but move to a bigger town where you actually have access to multiple women and you can deal with multiple women. Because that woman, just because she says no, pride will take a hit, but you'll be better. You'll get over it the next day. And this is what Buddy had to realize, and what a lot of men have to realize. It's a numbers game, guys. It is a numbers game. And the sooner you realize that, the better. Dating is like sales. You have to make the customer, the client, feel a certain type of way for them to buy the product that it is that you're trying to sell. And you have to know that. That's the basic fundamentals of dating, guys. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. It can't get any clearer than that. You get confused, and a lot of us get confused. I wish I had this information when I was younger, because I thought that you had to do all of these things. Not to say that I don't open doors for women or anything like that. I still do that. I still practice chivalry, but I don't just go all out and just lose it over a woman just because she's pretty, man. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about this. Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit me up on Linktree to book a one-on-one with yours truly. Purchase all my books, merch, t-shirts. It helps to support the channel. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. With that being said, much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next video that's going to pop up on the screen below. That's where I'm going to see you guys at. It's your favorite everything. This is Wisdom. I'm out of here. Peace.